Welcome to this special Unity Talks Deep Dive. Today we're looking at a stack of research that it basically flips the script on what it actually means to go to the office.
It really does. It's a massive shift.
Yeah, and you know our mission here. We take this massive stack of articles, the case studies, our own notes, and we extract the absolute most valuable nuggets of insight.
Right.
We do the heavy lifting
Yeah.
so that you, the listener, can walk into your next meeting or, your next dinner party as the most well-informed person in the room.
And we really have an incredibly rich stack of sources to go through today. It's all centered around something that affects, well, almost every single one of us.
The physical workplace.
Exactly, the radical evolution of the physical workplace.
Right.
Because we are moving far, far past the era of simply providing a desk and a Wi-Fi password.
We really are. We're exploring how modern business campuses are completely bridging that gap between cutting-edge technology and the natural world. It totally redefines what it means to actually, go to work.
Mm-hmm.
We're pulling from some fantastic material today to understand this shift. We've got comprehensive real estate and tenant experience reports from Forbes and HQO.
Which are excellent.
They are. Plus some fascinating philosophical frameworks on what they call quantum cities, and an incredibly detailed real-world case study to just anchor the whole thing.
Genesis Properties YUNITY Park in Bucharest.
Yes, exactly.
Which is such a crucial anchor here because we aren't just talking about abstract architectural concepts today.
Right. This is real stuff.
It is. If we connect this to the bigger picture, physical environments directly and measurably influence human cognitive performance and employee retention, too.
Absolutely.
The research on this is just definitive at this point.
Yeah.
That old model of just finding a box and cramming as many desks into a room as humanly possible, it's officially dead.
Thank goodness.
Right. The future of commercial real estate is about how space actively serves the holistic needs of the human being inside it.
So let's unpack the mechanics of that. Because the shift from dreading the office commute to actually thriving in a workspace, it doesn't just happen by accident.
No, it takes serious intentionality.
It really does. It starts with a concept that Forbes defines as the workplace experience, or WX.
Right, WS.
And they define WX as the ecosystem that connects employees to each other, to their companies, and to the physical space itself, which ultimately makes them more productive and engaged.
And our sources from HQO actually break this ecosystem down into the 8 pillars of tenant experience.
Yeah, let's list those out.
Sure. Those 8 pillars are essentially a modern checklist for real estate value. They are workplace services, accessibility, entertainment, food and beverage, mobility, security, sustainability, and wellness.
That's a lot to juggle.
It is. If a building isn't delivering across that entire spectrum, it's just falling behind the market. But attempting to deliver on all of them simultaneously brings up a massive operational challenge for employers.
Oh, you mean the app overload? I remember at my last job. I needed one app on my phone just to get through the security turnstile, then a different, really clunky website to book a hot desk,
Oh, I've been there.
a physical key card just to use the printer on my floor, and yet another app to order a coffee from the lobby downstairs.
It's exhausting.
By 9:15 a.m., you already feel drained by the friction of it all.
And that friction is exactly what the Forbes report highlights. A staggering 78% of employers cite having too many disconnected tools as a significant hurdle to employee satisfaction.
78%.
Yeah, you are burning cognitive energy just trying to navigate the building's basic functions.
And nobody wants to start their workday fighting with software. So the solution these modern campuses are moving toward is what the industry calls a single pane of glass.
A unified interface.
Exactly. You use one single app on your phone to unlock the front door, reserve a conference room, order your lunch so it's waiting for you when your meeting ends, and even check when the next bus is arriving.
It's seamless.
But the sources indicate this idea of technological connection goes way, way beyond just a convenient app on your phone.
It really does. And what's fascinating here is HQO's broader concept of quantum cities and city compute.
City compute.
Yeah. To really grasp the scale of this, we have to look at the etymology of the word compute.
Yeah.
It comes from the Latin computare, which literally translates to settle an account together.
Wow, that fundamentally changes how you think about computers. It makes it a collaborative, almost human process rather than just a machine processing numbers.
Historically, cities have always been humanity's computers. Think about it. From ancient marketplaces to modern metropolises, a city gathers people, resources, and energy.
Right.
It uses the sheer density of the urban core to turn the wild chaos of human activity into ordered innovation, economic growth, and cultural richness.
So you can think of the grid system of a city as a giant circuit board routing energy and ideas.
Exactly.
Okay, so if the city itself is the computer, what role do the individual buildings play in that circuit board?
In the quantum city framework, the buildings are the AI-powered nodes. They aren't static structures of glass and steel anymore. A quantum building utilizes what they call a digital twin.
A digital twin.
Yeah, imagine a digital twin as a live, high-fidelity video game map of the physical building.
Oh, that's a great way to picture it.
Combined with dynamic resource mapping, the building literally adapts to the people inside it in real time.
Okay, wait, playing devil's advocate here for a second.
Sure.
If the building's central nervous system is constantly tracking occupancy and movement to update this live video game map,
Yeah.
how do they balance optimizing the environment with employee privacy? I mean, nobody wants to feel like their office is spying on their every move.
That is such a critical distinction to make. These systems are designed to track density and environmental loads, not individual identities.
Okay, so it's anonymous.
Completely.
Yeah.
The digital twin doesn't care that you specifically are walking down the hallway. It cares that 50 people have suddenly gathered in a conference room on the third floor. It sees that heat map change and instantly tells the building to pump more fresh air into that specific zone to prevent the room from getting stuffy and degrading everyone's focus.
That makes a lot of sense. You mentioned democratizing the headquarters earlier in our notes.
Yes.
That sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like when you pour the concrete? Let's look at the Unity Park case study, because this isn't a rendering or some aspirational concept.
Not at all.
It is a 4-hectare Class A business campus in North Bucharest, developed by Genesis Property, and it is fully operational today.
The financial reality of how they built it is what makes it such a compelling case study for us. Genesis Property chose to invest over 30 million euros into the public realm alone.
30 million.
Yeah. They took a massive section of their site, space that could have easily held 2 additional highly profitable office buildings.
Which is wild to think about.
And instead, they turned it into a continuous landscape of outdoor work nodes and shared community infrastructure.
But why would a commercial developer willingly sacrifice all that leasable square footage? It seems completely counterintuitive to traditional real estate math.
Because it represents a profound shift in commercial strategy. By sacrificing that traditional leasable space to build this incredible public realm, they engineered what we can call a democratized headquarters.
A democratized headquarters.
Think about the mega corporations in Silicon Valley. They have always had sprawling campuses with private parks, wellness centers, auditoriums.
Right, the Google and Apple campuses.
Exactly. But a 20-person startup or a regional branch of a mid-sized company simply cannot afford to build that for themselves.
I see. So Unity Park builds that world-class infrastructure at the campus level and makes it shared.
Yes.
So every single tenant company, regardless of their size, gets access to this premium environment.
Precisely.
You get the Google campus lifestyle without needing to actually be Google.
Yeah.
And the ultimate expression of this shared amenity space is something they call Level 3.
Level 3 acts as the community hub. You can imagine it as a massive shared living room for the entire campus.
A shared living room.
It serves as a completely neutral ground. On any given workday, Level 3 is hosting employees from dozens of different organizations who don't share an employer, but they share an environment.
So you might have someone from a finance firm sitting next to a graphic designer from an ad agency.
Exactly.
The sources note that Level 3 offers casual workspaces, game nights, yoga classes, and CSR fairs. Wait, for anyone not entrenched in corporate jargon, CSR stands for Corporate Social Responsibility.
Right.
These are essentially events where companies showcase their charitable and community initiatives. By hosting them in a shared hub, it's explicitly designed for cross-company collaboration.
It's where people go to ideate, mingle, or just decompress before the commute home.
Which is so valuable.
It is the physical manifestation of the experience economy. They are fostering a community that transcends individual corporate boundaries, which makes employees feel significantly more supported and engaged. But the indoor spaces, as innovative as they are, really only tell half the story here.
Oh, the outdoor integration is where this case study gets truly groundbreaking.
Yeah.
We aren't talking about a few decorative potted plants in the lobby or a little patch of synthetic grass for visual appeal.
No, not at all.
Here's where it gets really interesting. YUNITY Park features a literal 1,000 square meter urban forest.
The sheer scale of it is remarkable. It is anchored within 7,500 square meters of total greenery. To establish this ecosystem, they had to bring in 2,550 tons of fertile soil to create a stable, self-sustaining landscape.
That's incredible.
They planted over 200 trees and more than 4,000 shrubs and perennials.
And they purposely designed it for biodiversity, too. The planting design includes birdhouses and insect hotels to support pollinators and microhabitats.
Which is amazing for the local ecology.
It brings visible seasonality to the campus. The colors and the light actively change throughout the year, but we need to balance this feel-good nature element with hard business logic.
Right.
Why go to all this trouble for an office park?
Because it is biological engineering for business outcomes.
Biological engineering.
The environmental psychology data we touched on earlier proves that access to deep nature significantly reduces cortisol levels and cognitive fatigue.
Wow.
By spending the money to build a literal forest, they are engineering a space that directly translates to fewer sick days, better focus, and higher employee retention.
And what makes it a modern workplace rather than just a public park is how the technology is interwoven into this wild environment.
Yes.
The infrastructure supports working seamlessly outside. The campus-wide Wi-Fi is robust enough that you can take a crucial Zoom call from a bench in the middle of this forest.
It completely erases the boundary between inside work and outside recreation. The outdoor environment is treated as a highly functional extension of the office.
People actually use it for work.
They do. People actively use these outdoor nodes for deep focus time or one-on-one meetings.
Just imagine you, listening to this, having your next stressful brainstorming session, sitting under the real shade of a leafy tree, listening to birds, instead of staring at a flickering fluorescent light in a windowless conference room.
It's a game changer.
And you don't have to worry about your laptop dying halfway through a presentation, because the park has 22 outdoor benches and over 100 illuminated poles that are all equipped with power outlets.
When you integrate tech into the wild like that, it totally changes how a person physically moves through their day.
It really does.
The whole campus features a pedestrian-first layout. There are 1,900 meters of interconnected walkways, ramps, and elevated paths.
1,900 meters.
And the cars are tucked away in multi-level parking, so the ground level belongs entirely to the people.
That movement creates a highly flexible, human-centered environment. Let's look at the daily benefits for the individual employee here.
Let's do it.
You aren't just chained to a desk from 9 to 5 anymore. Employees move through the campus based on what their brain needs at any given moment, not just what their Outlook calendar dictates.
The sources provide fantastic practical examples of this flexibility.
Yeah, like what?
Well, an employee might take a quiet, solitary walk through the urban forest to mentally prep before a massive presentation.
Right.
They might choose to eat lunch out on the grass to soak in some vitamin D because of the integrated services.
The coffee points, the secure bike storage, the shower.
Exactly. All of this movement is totally frictionless.
You can even grab your rollerblades and literally skate through the campus to get your blood pumping and reset your focus in the middle of the afternoon slump.
Which is just so cool.
The choice of where to be and what to do with a given hour truly belongs to the individual.
Another crucial piece of this flexible outdoor infrastructure is the Unity Amphitheater.
Oh, right.
During business hours, it serves the tenants. You might see a company hosting an outdoor workshop, or a team doing a spontaneous check-in under the open sky.
But then it shifts in the evening.
It does. After hours and on the weekends, it opens up to the public for concerts or community markets.
That is such a brilliant dual-use strategy. It keeps the asset highly valuable for the workplace during the day, but it integrates the business district into the cultural fabric of the surrounding city at night.
It prevents the campus from becoming one of those eerie, empty ghost towns after 6